Welcome to Bleav In 76ers with your hosts, former 76ers point guard Eric Snow and two Sixers fanatics in Marcus and Teja Dash. Bleav In 76ers is presented by BetOnline.AG.
BetOnline remains your number one source for all your sports betting this season. Everything from NFL playoffs to pro and college basketball, UFC, MMA, and much more. You'll always find the latest odds, team matchup info, player news, and game trends at BetOnline. With live betting options, free contests, and live scores for almost any sport or game imaginable. BetOnline is truly the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite leagues and events. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to join and receive your 50% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Make sure to use promo code BLEAV. That's BLEAV to receive your rewards. BetOnline.AG, where the game starts. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Bleav In 76ers podcast. I'm Marcus Dash here with legendary 76ers point guard Eric Snow and my brother Teja Dash. Guys, it's Super Bowl week, but it seems like the NBA kind of hijacked this Super Bowl week with all the trades and everything that happened yesterday. I mean, it's crazy. I've never seen a Super Bowl week where we've talked more about NBA than we did the actual matchup of the Chiefs and the Eagles. Kind of nuts that the NBA just took this one over.
Yeah, I mean, trade deadline. I mean, it's that, if you think about it, NFL has been doing it forever.
Yeah,
that's one thing that they've always stayed relevant all year round. And you got the draft and free agency, and you talk about the NFL during NBA, playoffs. So it's only right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure Roger Goodell was surprised by it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took Durant being traded though for that to kind of upstage them a little bit, at least for a day.
Well, you had the I think it's Mondays when the Kyrie, it was Sunday night with the Kyrie trade. So that kind of started off, and then from then on, it just took over the Durant trade the following night.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was just the fact that Durant's trade happened overnight, people waking up to it, or you know what I'm saying, it kind of shook things up, and then it was okay, before you could even recover, then all of a sudden it's scramble mode where teams
barrage.
We got to get better. We got to get better.
Yep, they're lucky that Durant thing happened overnight. It gave a lot of teams time to kind of revamp and regroup and be all right, well, this is what we got to do.
Yeah. I mean, imagine if they waited till the final buzzer to 2:59 to do that trade. So many teams probably would have sat still before that.
Well, everyone thought that Toronto was going to make a last-second deal because they were one of the hottest teams talking to teams about making deals, and in the end, they just sat. They said that they know their value.
With them, Toronto. I just didn't think they were going to make moves if they were really in the rebuild mode. I don't think they're quite there yet.
Yeah,
I think they're really making moves that was really going to. It seemed to me, based on what I read or what I was told, that some of the moves that they were getting were lateral. So, or rebuild.
They even bought in. They got Pirtle, so they got someone who's a legit starting five on their team now. So they actually got better in the deadline.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that move might have changed things too.
Yes. And now if it doesn't go well, because they have a terrible second half, then you might see them start to sell off.
I think that they may be confident that in the play-in they can get in.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's trouble. They get in trouble, as we know.
If it doesn't work out for Toronto, we got a nice little package of Tyrese, Maxey, and Tobias Harris in the offseason for him.
Listen to this guy. Listen to this guy, Eric.
Now you want to trade Maxey?
Listen to this guy.
Hey, I'm still shocked by what I saw against the Celtics from Maxey the other night and Tobias. I was sickened to watch that. I don't know about you guys.
You shocked that a guy plays well?
Both of them together. I mean, we got the best from.
Man, I'll give you a story. I think it was the year after we went to the finals. We played the Celtics in the first round, and we ended up losing 3-2. We lost every road game and won the home game. I don't know the stats for sure, but I know I was horrible in Boston and the total opposite in Philly. It was the weirdest thing ever. Shots felt good, didn't go in. It was like they had a lid on the bet. Like that was my first time in my career that I really felt like, man, it's just like spooky or something. I mean, like 2 for 10, 2 for 11, something like that, and then go home and like maybe like 11 for 14. I'm just making up numbers, but that's how it was. It was like a total different thing. But I said for the game, I do not have a good feeling when we play Boston.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
that's crazy. Those are crazy splits, though. Yeah.
Yeah. It is weird how, like, for example, in the Yangs one that comes to mind, like at home, he's awesome. I don't know what his splits are between his home and away, but when he's on the road, he looks dreadful sometimes with his shot.
That's what I'm saying. Like with me, I never really felt like on the road I struggled. I'm just saying that particular series, it's like that. Like I had never really felt like I struggled in Boston. That particular series I did. It's some road places. I think Dallas maybe some places I felt like I never did well. But I just think in that particular game, we just didn't look like the better team, man, at all.
Which is crazy considering how many guys they had out. And during the game, they had guys who got hurt during it.
Yeah, Eric, your home road splits were brutal that series.
Like, with you, man.
Like you were consistently like bad at those. I mean, like 2 of 12, 2 of 13, 2 of 12.
I told you. It was weird.
Hey, at least you went 7 of 10 from free throws, though, in the game one league. And then in Philly, you went a combined 12 of 19.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, man. I'd never forget that, man. I was just like, that was
You
horrible.
actually shot pretty well from free throws the entire series, though. You shot pretty high percentage. 7 of 10, 3 of 4, 4 of 4, 1 of 2, 2 of 2.
I felt so bad.
Man.
It was so horrible.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that last game was oh boy. Your plus minus was like minus 28. So your offense went to your head on defense too, I guess, on that game.
What did they beat us by in that game?
They friggin' killed us. I think by 33. They annihilated us.
Yeah, they
120 to 87. They just man.
Once they got a big lead, and it was just man, it's over.
Yeah, no, the fourth
they weren't missing at all.
Yeah, they blew it wide open in the fourth quarter. They outscored us 43 to 20 in the fourth quarter.
In the fourth, yeah, we packed it in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
because I didn't remember it being that big of a lead in the first half. Knew they had a lead, but not quite like that.
Yeah, they were by 12 in the first half. I knew it was a lead, but I didn't think it was like that. But I do remember the fourth quarter. It was like they didn't miss a shot.
Did we win the third quarter? I know it's the magic number for us on the show, third quarter.
We did win the third quarter. We won it by 2.
Hey, we won that.
That gave us some hope going into the fourth.
Yeah. All right. Down by 10. Get in single digits, and we're going to come back for this thing. Beat us by 50 points in the fourth quarter.
Oh, that's
they couldn't miss though, dude.
I told you they were like they missed, man. It was crazy.
Paul Pierce was 8 of 10 from 3, and Walker was 4 of 9.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
That's all they really had, and that's all they really needed, dude. The next best scorer on the team was Eric Williams, and he shot 7 of 10 and 3 of 3 from 3. He had 17 points. They had no one else in double figures.
I'm telling you, they was like banging shots, man.
Paul Pierce and Walker combined for 72 that game.
They were banging shots, man.
Wow.
Crazy.
It's just,
that's how it was the other night when they had guys like Hauser knocking down. But everyone was scoring that game. The fact that
Hauser can shoot it, man. Hauser's a shooter. His younger brother plays for Michigan State. Like, no, he can shoot the ball.
Oh, they're related?
Yeah, they're brothers.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. All right.
Yeah.
But the fact that at the end of the game, because Tatum, it didn't seem like Tatum did anything as far as scoring wise. At the end of the game, he had 12 points. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. He didn't. Yeah.
I mean, it's a collective effort, man. That's a team that's deep, and that's a team that
like 7 guys. They have like 7 guys score. Well, dude, we talked about it like that night. Blake Griffin and who was the other dude? Blake Griffin and someone else had like combined for like 30 point. Hauser combined for like 30 points.
Yeah,
I mean, those guys give you around 10, and you feel good about it. Combined for 30, forget about it.
Yeah.
And then Blake calling out Doc in his press conference, saying Doc doesn't adjust at all.
He doesn't adjust at all, or he didn't adjust.
Yeah, he's saying he didn't adjust, but that's the story of Doc's career or something like that, or that's who Doc is or something like that.
Yeah, it was definitely a shot at him.
It was.
Yeah, I mean, giving up big leads, that's what having a history of giving up big leads spells adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's being in the game of basketball. When you give up big leads, like that's usually going to follow you if you have a history of giving up leads, or your teams have a history of giving up leads. The adjustments, question, whatever, will always be there.
Yeah.
But I mean, really, like, Blake is that insulted? We left him open for 3-pointers. I mean,
if you look at his game log, that was like his best game by far of the last like 20 games. The Sixer fans kept like just posting pictures of his like last 20 game log, and that was the game on Tuesday night.
Yeah, I mean, I think that if he made his first couple, so that allow him to keep shooting. If he missed his first couple, they probably would have made a change.
Yeah.
He's shooting 39% from 3 this year, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you probably got to make an adjustment once he makes a couple shots. I mean, I just thought Joel was just staring at him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just thought he'd miss it and didn't.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Once he didn't, you got to do something different.
At least 2 of them.
Yeah, don't do something different. Don't just look at them.
Yeah.
So who knows? That the adjustment could have been Joel saying, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Maybe that wasn't what he was supposed to be doing. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
True. Brutal game.
All we know is they beat us.
Yeah.
Again.
I think we play them this week too, right? I think we played right before All-Star break or right after All-Star break. Because I think I saw in the upcoming schedule, I think we have them coming up here soon.
It's at home, luckily, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now. We play them. Yeah.
This week?
No, we play them Saturday the 25th.
Okay, so a couple weeks. All right.
Soon though.
That's I hate I don't use the word hate. I dislike the Celtics. I actually like the city though. I really do think it's a really nice city.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's
just the basketball team in the stadium.
Basketball, yes. I mean, I do not like, I don't care for Celtics because of I grew up a Sixer fan, a Dr. J fan, and you know how that go.
It's a lot of reasons to dislike them.
Dislike the players and the people that are a part of the Celtics. I'm a fan of that. I'm just saying, like as a team.
Yeah.
Hard to be, care about the Celtics and be a 76ers.
You dislike leprechauns. I get it.
I'm just saying, to be a Sixers lifer is just, just hard.
Yeah.
Celtics.
Yeah.
But the city is great. I do think people sleep on the city a little bit.
Yeah. I've never been, actually.
Who was it a couple of years ago who said they didn't want to get drafted there because they don't have Chick-fil-A in Boston? Was it Markelle Fultz? I think it was the Fultz year. They don't have a Chick-fil-A in the city of Boston, and that was a reason why he did not want to go there.
They don't.
That was like a funny pre-draft conversation. I remember.
Man, I can remember they didn't have any Chick-fil-A's.
I wish he would have gone there. We could have gotten Tatum instead.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A's didn't exist anywhere unless you went to like the mall. There's no Chick-fil-A's. They had standalone stores.
Interesting.
But
not enough Chick-fil-A's.
That's what he said.
Not enough Chick-fil-A's.
That's what Fultz said.
Yeah.
Philly has 7 Chick-fil-A locations. Boston has none.
Ah, there you go.
Now,
I don't know about now. They're on like 7-Eleven now. So I was then.
No, but Chick-fil-A is very limited in how close they can be. The way it's structured. You have to be a certain amount of mileage away from another one.
Yeah, Boston didn't have any. That was 6 years ago, I'm guessing. Was it 2017?
2017.
Okay, so they probably got one by then. If it's a selling point for NBA prospects, hell yeah.
One article said not enough Chick-fil-A's. One said none. So I don't know.
Philly only has 7?
As of 2017, I guess, yeah.
It's really interesting. Like, I do know that I've been in Philly all these years. I've never went to a Chick-fil-A in Philly.
Well, there's more places to eat in Philadelphia than Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is more of a you can stop there in any location. Philadelphia.
No, I'm just saying, like sometimes you take the children there or something like you just want something quick.
That's true.
I've never been to a Chick-fil-A in Philly. Like I don't even have a memory of where one is. I can say like, okay, I went to this place on, Broad Street or 15th Street. Whatever. Like I kind of know where. I'm like I have no thought of where I would go to a Chick-fil-A if I was in Philly. Like where would I go?
Yeah, in 2017, Philly had 6, and then to the 7th is at the airport, and then Boston had 0.
Oh wow, interesting.
Now I don't. I've been in Boston. Chick.
Erica, we had this topic on my Chiefs show. To having fun with this whole Philadelphia versus Kansas City, the game this weekend. As far as foods, would you rather have Kansas City barbecue or Philly cheesesteaks? As far as if you had to pick one for Sunday, would you rather have Kansas City barbecue or would you have cheesesteaks?
No Philly biases. It's just food craving, straight up.
It's kind of an unfair one, as we point out in our show, because one there's so many options, and one is just pretty much you just get the cheesesteak. That's all.
I'll put it like this. I'll make it very clear for you. It really depends on where I'm at. Because if I'm somewhere warm and we can be outside, I'd rather have the barbecue.
Mm. But
if I'm in a cold place, no, just let's get them cheesesteaks.
So if you were for a Super Bowl meal, what would you rather do? Watching it in like a living room?
Well, for a Super Bowl game, it's like cheesesteaks are tough because I like them hot. I like them right now.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when you're thinking like a Super Bowl, it's more like picking.
Platters.
Yes, like picking and going to eat casually. And so I didn't really envision like cheesesteaks being like
a Super Bowl meal.
Because of that. Because I don't want to have my cheesesteak sit and then eat it later.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I don't really I never really envisioned it like that. But if I had to pick just a meal, then, I'll go with the Philly cheesesteaks.
There are now, by the way, just to end that, there are 2 Chick-fil-A's in Boston now.
There you go. So you see Markel Fultz did something for the city.
That line is probably all the way through the city.
Oh, man. Yeah, forget about that. That's not even worth it. That's a DoorDash order right there.
Yeah. That'll take about 2 hours.
When I stayed in Texas, it was within like where I lived. It was, let me see, you had one over there, 3 within. They were like different directions. One was east, one was west, one was south. That were within a 5 to 10 minute drive with traffic. They're all same amount of drive. Every single one of them traffic. Every single one. At the same time, whenever it's traffic at one, it's traffic at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's what made me kind of start ordering on the app. The traffic.
There's one we went to in SoCal. We used to just park and go in and get our food, and we come out and see the car is still
same cars.
Yeah, like man, like it's I usually wouldn't do that, but like it's empty inside. I'm like, I'm gonna go inside. Why would I do that? The problem is, for some damn reason, even though they're packed, Chick-fil-A lots and areas are so small you can't even pass people to get into a parking space because the whole line is just blocking everything. Yeah, it's impossible.
I read it since we're on Chick-fil-A. I read place in North Carolina, I Bleav, told the local Chick-fil-A because the cars were spilling out into the regular road.
Yeah.
To tear it down and rebuild another one without people going in. It's like all drive-through. It was pretty interesting. It's a pretty interesting article.
That's interesting.
Yeah, there's another one in California where they have like multiple drive-through windows, almost like a bank, like deposit, like
yes.
a little.
That's what they told them they told them to build that type of place.
Smart.
That's smart.
And then take away the dining room and just do that.
The Texas is known for their Whataburgers. Are you a big Whataburger fan, Eric?
I like Whataburger.
Yeah.
I had my first Whataburger last month. Got the sandwich on Texas toast.
Yeah. So that's the thing. And if you people in California, you got the In-N-Out, people in Texas, you got Whataburger. That's like, committing a crime for someone in Texas is for you to say In-N-Out's better than Whataburger.
They're so similar. I found it to be very, very similar, though.
That's a crime for you to say.
to both sides, too. To both sides.
Well, a lot of people that have In-N-Out hasn't had Whataburger. Because Whataburger is not in California, but In-N-Out is in Texas.
Interesting. Okay. So I guess Whataburger people will be insulted.
Yeah, it is. But it's not the same, though. I
like the spicy ketchup, too.
Yes. But I do Bleav, it's my belief on In-N-Out, if you like their sauce, you'll like their sandwich more.
The fries are kind of similar, too. Very small and thin. The thin cut one.
That's a crime.
Hey, In-N-Out, they're famous for their fresh potatoes. Their organic fresh potatoes. They cut them that day, and they make those things.
Yeah. Being out west, I kind of read because they have more articles about In-N-Out that I think they're going to Georgia.
They're going east.
They're going east.
Yep.
But the reason why they never went east is because every restaurant had to be like within a certain mileage of their facility. So that's why they never expanded.
The potatoes?
No, for the meat.
Oh, okay. Okay. I respect that.
For their beef. You had to be a certain amount of miles away to get the fresh meat every day.
Yeah, that's quality. That's quality food. That's another place that has lines down the road, In-N-Out.
Yeah.
It's
they're fast though.
Yeah.
I also park and go inside In-N-Outs. I don't wait in those lines either.
Yeah, I'm different with burgers, and I know a lot of people get on me about it, how my more of my steaks. Like I can't have a speck of pink in my meat.
Oh, come on, Eric.
Well, you're more of a medium well guy?
He's a well guy. He's a well done guy.
Spec. Okay, so well done.
Medium well, yeah, right. He's getting like char. He wants the Whoppers. What he wants.
Man, give me a hockey puck before you ever put some red in there.
I mean, that's what some of those actually are.
Yes, give me a hockey puck, man. Before you have some red stuff in there, man. And it's funny, like a lot of my older children, my boys, is be like, we go eat and they be getting their stuff like, y'all eat that? They be like, yeah, you just didn't give it to us.
yeah, that's right. Like I finally left your house and figured out what a real.
I'm like, man, I lose my appetite if it's on my plate. Y'all better go take this and kill this. Don't be giving me no live meat.
Oh man. Well done. Hey, let me ask you a question. Give me an over-under of 20 times you've had to tell them to go back and cook it more at a restaurant.
Well, to be honest with you, a lot of times earlier.
You really emphasize it?
Yeah, but I didn't really know how to order it when I would order a steak like that. Then I really only get filet mignon. I don't really get any other kind of steak because that's the leanest and that's the easiest to cook all the way through. I didn't know it was best to get the filet and then butterfly it cut it in half and split it. That makes it easier to cook it well done.
Mm-hmm.
I've even had them at times chop it up. Like slice it after they do it and to make sure it gets all the way through. Or they would give it to me and then I would cut it up and send it back.
Mm.
They put it on there. And they told me most chefs get mad when you eat it like that. I'm like, but I'm the one that's eating it. Like, not you.
Yeah.
Like, why are you mad?
And you're the one paying for it.
Pay the same amount of price, the same as that other person.
What about burgers? You send a lot of burgers back too?
Yeah, a speck.
Man.
Even if I buy it, I'm like half done, and I see it, I'm like, hey, this is not done. Take it back.
If I went to eat with you, I'd be like, we need to emphasize so we don't send it back. I don't
But
want
I
emphasize I don't want
it
spitting going on in my food.
Extra well done. I don't want any. Please, I'll say, please, no pink, no pink at all.
So burn it.
You don't have to burn it to cook it all the way through.
Hey, if the guy doesn't want one speck, I'm going a little more burn than I am going under, though.
They're professionals. They know how to make it all the way through without burning it.
Depends which place you're going to, though.
That's what I'm like.
You're getting a burger from Chili's. You ain't getting professional. You're getting professional. Come on now.
But they don't have a hamburger without it being pink. That's the reason why they give you the option.
Yeah,
I get it.
You give me the option. If it says well done, that means no pink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but when you emphasize that, they're definitely going to be scared of giving you anything close to that. So they're going to go a little.
But what does no pink mean?
Well cooked.
No, I'm just saying if you go to a lot of places now, it says well done, no pink.
Yeah,
a lot of places say that. They say it for a reason because
well done's teetering on burnt.
That's no, it's not.
Can
well, medium rare is teetering on not being cooked.
That's a good point.
Touche.
On raw. So you like yours raw, I like mine cooked.
No, raw is not cooked. Raw is burnt. Opposite of raw is burnt. If I like mine raw, you like it burnt. I
take burnt any day. You can have.
I like mine a little pink.
Yeah, medium.
That's horrible. That's horrible. Like, how could you eat that?
It just tastes better, and it's better for you.
Better for who?
Charred and burned meats, or the more cooked they are, the worse they are for you.
Man, why they put all? You can go to all these restaurants and they say if meat isn't cooked full, like why they give all these disclaimers?
You can get like sick.
Yes. Why they give all these disclaimers?
I'm talking about like long term. They say,
but I don't eat steaks that much for me to have to worry about it.
The more cooked meat is, any meat, chicken, the more cooked any meat is, the higher carcinogenic or toxic possible cancer, that kind of stuff long term.
I did not know that.
Yeah, charred.
I was for the opposite.
What about pulling the beef straight out the cow and eating it? What is that going to do for you?
You might get short-term sickness from that.
You don't know what that's going to come up.
Well, I'm not doing that rare. I don't want bloody. Like one of our brothers wants the pulse still coming from the muscle.
Gross. That's gross.
Y'all can have that.
He wants to be moving a little bit on the plate. You know what I mean? But I know it's a little pink.
So y'all probably drink water without boiling it too. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, people say boil your water. Would y'all boil the water? You'd be like, nah, I don't need to boil. I'm just gonna drink it.
You mean at the
tap? You just half done steak. I'm gonna just, what's the difference?
We do this. We do spring water and what do you call it?
A Brita filter?
No, we don't do Brita.
Without a filter. If you didn't have a filter, would you drink
spring water?
Just regular water? Would you tap water? Would you drink it?
Nah, I'm not.
You drink tap water right now.
I'm not a tap water guy.
Yeah, I get a refill at the gym. That's all the same shit.
Nah, I'm not a tap water guy. My girlfriend.
I have to drink water at the gym.
I'm not a fan.
I fill my bottle up with spring. If I run out, I have to drink something. So I sweat a lot, man. I'm a big sweater.
Marcus, you drink tap water, but y'all crazy. Man, you worry about tap water, but you eat a steak that's, still can walk.
I mean, Tap Bar's just got a lot of chemicals in it. It's not even that, it's the fluoride and over the chemicals that are bad.
I got you.
Yeah. This episode's jumped the shark already.
Yeah, we got all over the place.
All right, so we're gonna begin with our first topic here. It's kind of a sad day for the show. We sent Matisse off. As a Sixers fan, it was sad to see Matisse go, but for the show, Teja's boy, Matisse Thybulle's no longer with us anymore, so we won't have Teja having to crap on him for shooting 32% from three.
Yeah,
so that's upsetting. But for those of you who don't know, we traded Matisse Thybulle to the Hornets for Jalen McDaniels and ducked the tax bill in the process. Daryl Morey actually spoke a little bit earlier, and he said we wanted to make sure we gave Doc as many two-way players as possible. McDaniels will be a little bit easier to keep on the floor in different matchups, is what he said. And as far as the tax bill, Morey said, I think as part of my job, I have to look at the bigger picture. We have a lot of guys we're going to re-sign. The moves we did both improved the team and made it easier to keep this team together going forward. So I just want to ask you guys, are you guys satisfied with the trades we made yesterday, or do you think there was some moves that we should have made that we did not make yesterday?
I mean, I guess it's, probably obvious that we probably have some other issues that we can address. But I don't think you want to just make that move without – it's just kind of hard because we don't really know what was offered. You know what I'm saying? Like what was available. This move, I think it was more of a we're not going to re-sign him. Let's kind of move on now, get a look at someone, and it was cheaper, so I think it was kind of a deal to be had. I think if McDaniels can come in and be a serviceable defender and he can make a three a game, you would call it an upgrade. And I guess that's how he's viewed, as a guy that can do that. So, I think that could kind of work. I'm not sure how he'll be played or who won't be played, because you still have that same dynamic as far as team and the setup of the team. He just one guy in, one guy out. So you still have the same rotation dynamics. So from that, that perspective, he can give an upgrade, but it has to be done. But on paper, it looks like an upgrade as far as what the Sixers need. I think people would say the backup center, but like I've said all along, it's not many minutes there to bring in a guy that we think is going to be very serviceable, unless you get in a guy that can play with Joel also and can spread the court and shoot a three. So those guys are hard to find.
We tried that with Horford. That worked out great.
Yeah, but Horford was coming in, Horford would have been great, but people looked at his salary. So his salary is what was the downfall.
Yeah.
If Al came in as a, guy that was released and he just got picked up, people would be like, oh, that's a great pickup.
Yeah, sure.
What do you think about Jalen McDaniels, like independently on how he fits with our team? Are you a fan of Jalen McDaniels?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's for what you need. You got a guy that's long and can defend multiple positions, solid defender, and he's, from what was said or shown, he's an upgrade as far as a shooter. But it's a different dynamic that he's coming and playing with. That's the part you have to understand also. He's playing with he played with a free-flowing team that was moving the ball and running and young guys, and now he's coming in and he's not going to see that ball unless it's time to catch and shoot.
Mm-hmm.
That's different. We'll see. That's what I said. If he can make it through a game, I think it's successful. But it is different. It's different going to play with Joel and James and Maxey and Tobias and all these guys. Like, it's not the same. So to expect for him to be that same guy, like, we don't know. Like, we don't even know what his role is going to be. So hopefully it works out, but we really don't know.
Teja, thoughts?
Yeah, it's like Morey said, he was a hidden gem for them. They think he's up and coming. They think they want to see him, what he can do on a better team. His 3-point percentage is pretty low, 32%. But there are a lot of people online attributing that to Ball being out most of the year. So his shots have not come easy, pretty much.
He'll get clean looks with us.
He'll get clean looks. So Ball less, but hopefully he'll be more efficient with his touches because he'll be more open. Yeah. I like it though. I mean, it gets us under that tax line. And I know people made a big deal about how we shouldn't be making moves depending on that, but that's a very today outlook. Morey's a future thinker, thinking about the next move, the next steps. And he's making this move to hopefully re-sign guys and have the money next year. So we still do have flexibility for this year for maybe a buyout guy. And I think McDaniels is a better offensive fit. Not just three. I think he's more capable in the 2-point land, in the paint. He's taller, he's longer. Probably not as good of a defender as Matisse, but serviceable. But they prioritized. He said, "Yeah, I wanted to make it easy for Doc to be able to have on the court." And Matisse, we just didn't trust offensively at all. We had no trust in him. So it's a guy they have a little more trust in offensively, and they think kind of like with DeAnthony Melton, they've hit a little underrated gem that's going to be better with us than he was at his prior team.
Yeah. It's always nice to see Charlotte Hornets fans when the opposing team fan bases are actually upset when a guy leaves, and the Hornets fans are really
totally.
I don't think anyone saw that coming, that he was a guy that was going to be moved.
No, they hated that deal, and we got 2 seconds out of it. Not as good as the second we gave, but we got 2 seconds out of it. So that's on top of a guy who's cheaper.
And Eric, talk to me about, because I feel like yesterday's trade deadline, I saw more second rounders being moved than I've ever seen before. And it seemed like teams are actually wanting second round picks all of a sudden. And during the process era, I remember we compiled all these second round picks and people said, "Oh, you guys are compiling all these second round picks that nobody wants." Now it seems like we're in 2023. Everyone wants second round picks. I mean, it just seemed like an odd thing to me yesterday.
Well, a lot of the teams have made multiple moves, and I Bleav you can't trade your first round pick in consecutive years.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of teams are running out of first round picks to move.
Yeah.
And OKC has 80% of them for the next 10 years. So.
Yeah. So, and they only have a certain amount of spots, so they're going to have to move some of those picks too. So, you're seeing a lot more picks because second round picks are becoming so much more valuable. One, to move, but also with so many younger guys coming out and so many players that people are liking that are developing in the second round, and you got those extra spots that they added, and then you got the G League. So those spots are becoming a little more, important.
Yeah.
And like you said, Covenant, important because of the fact that you can make moves, and if people value those second round picks, then a lot of the second round picks can turn into first round picks.
Yeah,
especially with if you got to think also in the future years that high schoolers, it may not be an age limit anymore.
Yeah.
So getting those picks and bring guys in and being able to develop them, and it's just going to be more important. So,
hey, that 2029 Portland second rounder. I'm thinking that's going to be a real good one.
Yeah, hopefully we'll.
They got to go to 2029. I mean, they probably given away all the ones before then.
Yeah. And with Dame gone by then, that'll be maybe top 3 second rounder.
Yeah. It also shows, it highlights the tampering BS that we they took away our second round picks for the Daniel House and PJ Tucker signings. That kind of hurt us yesterday. So, I mean, we don't know for sure, but some people were saying that we could have made some more trades yesterday had we had those second round picks that they took from us. Damn NBA. That damn script. Okay, so trade deadline gone. Now we're moving on to the buyout market, which everyone's really looking forward to. So we still have one roster spot left, and we didn't get a big guy like that we thought we were going to get. But Maury commented on that today as well. He said, I think what most people worry about is when Joel's off. Like, how are we going to play when Joel's off? I think we're going to improve that. That hasn't been as good as we want it to be. So maybe that's hinting at.
He said that?
He said that, yeah. So maybe that's hinting at maybe getting a big. And to our benefit, there are probably going to be a lot of good names out there, big guys, and every type of player out there. And I'm going to list off some of them for you guys, and just going to ask, see which any of those guys catch your eye for us. So John Wall, Russell Westbrook, Derrick Rose, Alec Burks, Patrick Beverley, Terrence Ross, Nerlens Noel, Rudy Gay, Will Barton, Danny Green, Kevin Love, Serge Ibaka, Reggie Jackson, Dwayne Dedmon, Corey Joseph, George Hill. Those are just potential guys that are suspected to be on the buyout list. But of those guys' names, is there anybody that catches your eye, or do you guys just want the best big available?
Kevin Love and Dwayne Dedmon. I like them both. Them the only two bigs you name.
Nerlens Noel as well.
And Ibaka.
I would take those. If I had out of the four, I would take those two first.
And add in the fact that Boogie, you've been a big Boogie Cousins fan. He's still a free agent out there. Where would you rank him amongst those with Love, Dedmon, and Boogie? Where would you put Boogie with those two?
I mean, I would say he's Dwayne Dedmon. He's a little over Dwayne Dedmon as far as talent.
Mm.
Dwayne Dedmon may be more of a better fit, but Kevin Love is the best fit. It's just the issue with Kevin staying healthy. But Kevin can play with him, behind him, shoot a three. Like, he's the best fit.
Yeah, Kevin falls into that Horford type that we were talking about.
So,
I bet you Love goes to the Lakers. Just a wild guess.
Yeah. I would think not. Kevin, he's a good friend with one of his best friends is Russell Westbrook.
Oh, that's right. UCLA. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, so maybe Miami if Russ goes to Miami. Interesting.
Or Philly. It goes to a good fit in the East.
Yeah. Could be.
Yeah, so, I mean, some of the perimeter players, good options. Great options.
I think Danny Green back.
They're great options. I don't know if they're great options for us. It's just not enough minutes. So
yeah.
Danny could fit. I mean, Danny could definitely fit because Danny's a guy that could not play for 8 games and then could come in and help you.
Yeah.
And it's not new, so he could definitely fit.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's just one, I would think Danny would be more if it's 2 roster spots.
Yeah. He did say he kind of alluded to having multiple buyouts, but we only have 1 roster spot. So unless we buy out our own player, then I don't know how he would sign too.
Possible.
Yeah.
Possible.
He also talked about Furkan because Furkan requested the trade, and he said that we'd look for the best options, but there weren't really any options for them to trade him yesterday. That's what he said.
Basically, too bad is what he said. I like call me blast from the past kind of guy, but I like Nerlens Noel. I think at least defensively he can help. Deflections, I think he's active defensively at least. I guess at offense he would just be a lob guy, but at least he'd be good at. We know he'd be good at one side, right? He'd be a good rim protector. Kevin Love's interesting because he could play both those minutes next to and behind Joel. I don't get the Ibaka love, to be honest. I think Ibaka's cooked. I just don't. I don't know why people are. I don't know, man. People are really psyched about that. I think they see OKC Ibaka, but
I mean, I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't be upset if we got Ibaka because I think
it's a need. I mean, it's a positional need. If they feel like that's the best option for them, then yeah, go for it. But I just, and then Dwayne Dedmon too. I also think he's he's getting close to that cooked part as well of his career.
Well, dude, these are buyout guys. These guys aren't going to change the outlook of a season. I mean, they'll help, but then I mean, Devin's not going
to. I don't think Noel's cooked though. He's got injury problems. I don't think he's cooked. I don't know. Yeah, I'd say probably Noel. I like the Kevin Love idea though. That's kind of an underrated one.
I love that.
He's completely out of the rotation now, right? Like he's like not even. I don't think he's even playing right now. Yeah, so that's if we had two spots, I like the Danny Green one too. I think he could help. I think he knows our team. He was loved in the locker room. A great leader, great veteran presence. They were sad to see him go, but so we could end up with Melton and Green. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Gary Payton made his way back to made his way back to Golden State after signing that big deal in Portland. You know, let Danny Green come back.
Yeah,
I'd love that. So your number one backup big is Nerlens Noel. That's who you want, Teja?
I think so. Yeah.
Interesting. I'm with you, Eric, on that. Kevin Love makes the most sense for me.
Yep.
All right. So now we got game predictions. So we have 3 games till the next time we see each other on Tuesday. So tonight we are hosting the New York Knicks. We are a 6-point favorite at home. Who do you guys have in this bounce back game from the loss on Sunday?
Yeah, we'll win. We'll cover.
I agree. I agree. Considering how much we're struggling and Knicks are climbing the boards, people like New York a lot right now. I think 6 points is a good amount, so I think we do take it out. Embiid's questionable though. Is he saying he's going to play already, or he's still questionable? All
I know is the spread's gone. He's still questionable, but the spread's gone up. I think it was 5 last, and now it's 6. So like at 6 and 6.5. It's I've seen it in a different spread in different.
I like that. I like that.
Okay, so then tomorrow night, Saturday night, we travel to Brooklyn to play the new look Nets, which I gotta say, watching them last night, they're kind of a fun team to watch. Now, I went from like hating that team or disliking that team to they're actually kind of fun to watch. A bunch of like threes they can like knock down, like they can stroke it. It's fun to watch. I don't know the spread yet for that one, but who do you guys have on this game?
Back to back, that's tough. I would imagine somebody's going to sit. I think we'll lose that game.
Yeah, I think we sit one of our main guys. I think I think all their guys are going to be there by then too. They'll be able to play by tomorrow.
And their energy is going to be so different with all those guys playing.
Yeah. I think if we have to sit one, I think if Embiid plays tonight, he won't play tomorrow. I think we might lose tomorrow then. Although we beat their full-handed team with our short-handed team, and that's when they had Durant and Kyrie. So you never know anymore. Who knows?
It's different tenacity, though, man. I don't think we're gonna bring the same like hunger to win those games without those guys being there. That it takes away that whole feud that was brewing between the two.
Ben
teams.
is still there.
That's true, but
I mean, the feud was really Ben. It wasn't KD and Kyrie.
I think
Ben's hanging by a thread on the bench.
I was just saying, like that was the feuding.
Yeah,
and then it became Claxton.
Yeah. Well, and that's still there though. So yeah, we still have a little bit of a feud with them.
But he didn't play last night, so who knows what his status is going to be for tomorrow?
Yeah, that game will be at 6:30 on NBA TV tomorrow, so it's a nationally televised game. Okay, so then we got Monday night. We have the Harden Classic. We're playing the Houston Rockets. Last time we played them, they kind of dominated us in that game, but that was at Houston, I Bleav. And now we're hosting them in Philadelphia. So who do you guys have in that one? Don't know the spread yet. Don't know who's going to play in that one, but who do you guys have? Maybe everyone plays.
They've sort of they didn't tap out, but they're in rebuilding mode, so we have to win that game. We'll get it.
We have to. I agree. We have to win that one. I not a back-to-back. They beat us last time. You got to be hungry. We need to be hungry for wins. We're about to go through a really tough stretch. We got to start pulling out games that we should win.
Yeah. And I feel like, Eric, you can speak better to this one, but like winning games before All-Star break, you kind of want to have a little streak going into All-Star break, don't you? You don't want to limp into
you want to go into your break. It feels better to go into your break winning some games. So you want to be, playing well, trying to play your best basketball, but getting some wins going into that break, because then coming out, it does kind of bring a different energy when you go into the break and then come back knowing that you've been winning games.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully we surge into the All-Star break with some wins on our belt.
I'm a big Sengun fan, though. Guy's playing lights out.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, they have some young guys in that team.
They do have some pieces. Yeah.
The West is gonna be fun to watch. I know we were kind of like before this week, it was kind of like making fun of the West. There wasn't that much going on.
I know.
Outstacked all of a sudden. It's
different
like
now.
Crazy.
A lot different.
Got to feel for the Nuggets, man. The Nuggets thought they had it. They thought this was the year for them to get over the hump. Ooh, not so fast.
They got Thomas Bryant, though. They'll be all right.
You're still number one, so it's up to you. You still control it.
Yeah. But, all right, guys. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed our episode. The opening topic, talking about all the food and all that kind of stuff. We hope you guys enjoyed that stuff. We guys hope you enjoyed the 3 games we got until we see each other next time. So,
and the Super Bowl.
Go Chiefs.
EAGLES. Eagles.
Bells Chiefs.
All right.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Later, guys.